Hello everyone, my name is Agent Paul of Mobile Task Force Delta 7, codename Bookkeepers, and welcome back to another SCP document review. And the SCP we are reviewing today is SCP-3286, Object Class Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. Foundation patrol boats are to monitor the areas surrounding SCP-3286 to prevent civilian access. An underwater barrier has been built to surround the plateau that SCP-3286 resides on. SCP-3286 containment area is to be routinely monitored for foreign organisms. Under no circumstances are personnel to enter SCP-3286's enclosure. One live adult fish, no longer than 45 centimeters, is to be released into the enclosure per day. SCP-3286 is to be regularly monitored for death among the colony. -B events are to be regularly tracked and monitored. Description: SCP-3286 is a species of fish sharing physical similarities with a largemouth bass, Micropterus salmonitis, located off the coast of Fort Hammond Nature Reserve, Guernsey. Instances of SCP-3286 are able to filter salt water through their gills, despite largemouth bass being primarily freshwater fish. All instances of SCP-3286 are located on top of an underwater plateau and have never attempted to leave the area above the plateau. Located in the center of the plateau is a black statue resembling an instance of SCP-3286. The main difference between SCP-3286 and non-anomalous members of its species are two pale humanoid legs on the stomach between the pelvic and pectoral fins. SCP-3286 instances will only use these appendages to move, despite autopsies of the instances confirming that the fins and tails of the entity still function. Despite their small size, instances of 3286 are able to produce extreme amounts of force with these appendages, having been observed producing kicks of up to 270 newtons of force. SCP-3286 are extremely territorial and will attack any living entity that enters the area above the plateau. Once this entity is killed, SCP-3286 will swarm the organism's corpse and consume it. SCP-3286-A is an elderly instance of SCP-3286. A small headpiece constructed of coral and various shells is affixed to the head of -A. SCP-3286 appears to follow a vaguely monarchical society, with -A being treated as the leader of the colony. -A does not appear to require nutrients, having never been observed eating while in containment. -A is the only known instance capable of performing SCP-3286-B. SCP-3286 instances are not able to breed naturally and require -B to procreate. -B will be performed if either of two factors is met. An instance of 3286 has died within the last 3 days, or 4 months have passed since the previous -B occurrence. Once either of these conditions is met, SCP-3286 will resume normal behavior until an aquatic creature measuring less than 45 centimeters in length swims above the plateau. Instances will then incapacitate the organism rather than killing it and proceed to initiate -B. Addendum: a transcript of a routine -B occurrence has been provided below. Begin log. 5 seconds. Foundation personnel releases a non-anomalous Atlantic herring into the water above the containment. 14 seconds. SCP-3286 becomes aware of the released organism. 19 seconds. Instances begin using their anomalous appendages to maneuver towards the subject. 23 seconds. Instances reach the subject. They surround the organism and begin violently kicking it. 43 seconds. Subject is incapacitated. Instances begin pushing the unconscious creature towards the plateau. 1 minute 35 seconds. Instances reach the plateau. -A intercepts the subject and maneuvers it towards the statue. 1 minute 57 seconds. -A reaches the statue. At this time, all SCP-3286 have gathered around the statue and are standing motionless. 2 minutes 6 seconds. -A places the unconscious subject at the foot of the statue. -A opens its mouth and begins emitting a low note in a male voice. Instance continues this for the duration of the event. 2 minutes 22 seconds. Subject begins slowly elongating and widening. Organism shows no outward signs of pain. 2 minutes 30 seconds. SCP-3286 instances surrounding -A begin emitting a similar low note in varying voices. 2 minutes 45 seconds. Subject's fins and tails begin to change in shape. Subject has ceased elongating and is now approximately 73 centimeters in length. Skin begins to take on a dull green hue. Smaller features such as the eye color and gill shape begin changing. -A begins stomping on the rock plateau in a rhythmic fashion. 3 minutes 17 seconds. Subject is now visually identical to a largemouth bass. 2 black circles appear on the subject's stomach region. -A begins stomping more erratically. The statue the subject is placed upon slowly begins vibrating. 3 minutes 21 seconds. Translucent pale limbs begin emerging from within the circles on the subject's stomach. These limbs appear to be on a two-dimensional plane, appearing flat when observed from the top. The water surrounding the statue begins to take on a dark hue. 3 minutes 29 seconds. Limbs have fully emerged from the circles. The emerged limbs widen into three-dimensional objects, immediately losing their translucent appearance. The black water surrounding the statue has now completely obscured it, the subject and -A. 3 minutes 43 seconds. Faint rays of green light are observed emanating from the cloud of darkened water in brief flashes. 4 minutes 6 seconds. The cloud of water surrounding the statue appears to be absorbed into the subject. The subject then rises from the base of the statue and joins the gathering of SCP-3286 instances. All instances then disperse, resuming their normal behavior. End log. And that is it. Thank you all so much for listening or watching, and my name is Agent Paul of MTF Delta 7, and I'll see you next week with another document review. Bye.